Hi there. Welcome to another edition of Badnecklace Unclasped, the Badnecklace Show, where I bring you some of my pop culture thoughts from the Shady Pines, as I like to call my apartment, and because it's shady, if you haven't tuned into an episode yet. And today I want to talk to you about Star Wars: The Force Awakens. No spoilers. Don't worry. I have put no spoilers all over the descriptions, just in case. I will try not to tell you things if you haven't seen it yet. Basically, I just want to talk to you about how I'm so glad they finally made a fourth movie. Gosh, it took them long enough. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I am a Star Wars truther. I like to pretend the second trilogy didn't happen. It's like, what second trilogy? There was no second trilogy. Just like there weren't more Alien movies after Alien and Aliens, and they never made more than 2 Terminator films. I mean, right? So I feel like The Force Awakens really just returns to Star Wars and Empire and Jedi and, some might call it fan service, and absolutely. Like, the entire film is a complete throwback and often a shot-for-shot copy of things that happen in the first film. And a lot of the hero's journey kind of arcs are very similar. I mean, this film is meant to call to those films. You're supposed to remember Luke and Leia and Han and their original antics when you see Rey and Poe Dameron and Finn. From the desert planet to the cute droid. I mean, it's obvious. They're not hiding, that it's a retread. But to me, Force Awakens, it's about awakening that love again. It's about awakening the Force for a new generation of not just of the characters in the film, but also of viewers. And I loved it. Like, I have been, like, this is me, see my little AT-AT, my little plushy AT-AT. I've been a huge Star Wars fan my entire life. I mean, I saw Jedi in the theater. I was not old enough to have seen the other 2 movies in the theater. Sorry. I don't know if that destroys my geek cred that I didn't see it retroactively when I was just a zygote or a twinkle in my dad's eye. But I made up for it, believe me. And really, the performances were beautiful. Like, I think Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Oscar Isaac, who were like the core trio in these films, in this films, I'm already hoping for sequels, in this first film, were excellent. I mean, there's just the energy, the cockiness, the humor. Like, I ship all of them together. Like, can Rey, Finn, and Poe just run off together? I mean, if they all make it. I forgot. I'm not trying to spoil you. Sorry, guys. But gosh, they're all adorable. And, like Harrison and, Peter Mayhew and Carrie Fisher, the gravitas they bring to the film, they really ground it while these new characters are kind of exploring the Star Wars universe. Like, they're there for us, they're there for the new generation, and like, every time they were on screen, my heart swelled, just like it did when John Williams' iconic score played. I mean, you can't, you get breathless. And so I really, really enjoyed the performances. And just the weight that the veterans brought to the film and the energy that the newbies, like, you can tell they're fans while they're doing it. I mean, there's just a joy. I will say that my only weak link was Adam Driver, who plays Kylo Ren, and that's all I'm saying about that character. But I was not impressed with Adam. I know nothing about him. I don't watch Girls. I have no idea where he came from. I mean, much like with John Boyega and Daisy Ridley, I was coming in fresh to this actor. And if I'm honest, I think he makes Hayden Christensen look like an Oscar winner. So, yeah, he didn't really work for me. And that's all I'm going to say about that in this no spoilers edition. But yeah, not so impressed with Mr. Driver and the villainy of Kylo Ren. He was, I think I saw someone put it as whiny, crying man baby. But again, I don't want to get too deeply into why that is. I just wasn't impressed with his performance. And part of it might have been the writing. But again, I don't want to say too much about that. So look, I even took notes so that I can give you non-spoilery thoughts. I'm trying to be conscientious, folks. You know, I think what it really comes down to for me as a person who I tried to stay unspoiled, you know, I tried not to watch more than a couple trailers and just go in with wide eyes and the joy of a longtime Star Wars fan who was burned by the trilogy we shall not speak of. And I can safely say that The Force Awakens kind of erases all the bad feelings, you know, and the muck and the mire and the angst. I mean, I don't usually pronounce it angst. I usually say angst, but that trilogy was angsty and poorly done. The Force Awakens brings Star Wars back to where we remember it being, while also giving it a fresh spin for the modern era. And I think that's what I love about it the most. So that, and I really just want John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, and Oscar Isaacs to come over to the Shady Pines and eat pizza with me while we watch cable. And they can play with my stuffed AT-AT. Right? That works, right? So yeah, there you have it. My hopefully brief thoughts on Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Don't question my geek cred. I go way back, folks. And I'm also an Ewok fan. They're homicidal psychopaths who are really short, and they eat stormtroopers. You can't go wrong. Bye, guys.